So I'm going to keep this very short. I'm not going to address the slides in great detail. Instead, I'm going to tell you a story. And this story starts over 25 years ago. I'm very lucky I haven't gone gray yet. But when I got my very first job as an estimator in the petrochemical industry, the first thing my boss said to me was, "You will become a member of AAC." And I said, "Yes, sir." Now, you might not believe this, but I am very much an introvert. And so for the first 5 years, I attended the conference, the annual conference, but I didn't know anybody, so I kind of hid in the corner, you know, I'd be that person sitting way in the back, sort of hiding, just listening. I read a lot. I went to the technical articles database for AACE, and I read everything I could about estimating so I could be good at my job. And then I got another job. I started working for Deloitte. And one of the pieces of advice I received from a lawyer in the industry was, get as many letters behind your name as you possibly can. And I said, well, what letters should I get? He said, that's up to you. So, when I moved to Deloitte, they said, you know, it would be great if you were certified in something. So I pursued 2 certifications, actually. One was in machinery valuation, and the other was this, what was called the CCE certification, Certified Cost Engineer, which is now the CCP for AACE. And I bought every book that was recommended. I got every study guide. I went through every single one twice. I answered all the questions. I wrote notes on the ones that were incorrect. I sent them back to the publisher. It's just me. But I passed the exam on first try, even though I completely forgot my calculator, and got to do all the return on investment calculations longhand. That was fun. So then, I knew there were local section events and presentations, but I would get these notifications, and they were always about scheduling, and I'm a cost person. So I never really went. And then one day, they had one on cost, and I thought, you know, maybe I should just get off my duff and go. So I did. Now, at this presentation, not only did they have a presentation, but they had dinner, and more important, they had drinks. So, a few drinks in, I get very bold after a few drinks, I walked right up to the local section president, and I said, why am I not on your board? Preposterous, right? He's never seen me, has no idea who I am. Nobody has any idea who I am. And he says, you want to be on the board? You want a job? I'll give you a job. So I ended up marketing coordinator, and then from there, vice president, from there, president of the section, twice. And from there, straight on up to the national board, where I stayed for a number of years, vice president of administration, regional director, all sorts of things, international liaison. I took a few years off, went to the International Cost Engineering Council as chair, then I came back, became president here. In the meantime also, I was presenting papers at conferences. I was starting to share my knowledge and refine my philosophies about project controls. And the technical board edited my materials and sent them back and made me a better author, a better writer, which meant that the better I became writing for Cost Engineering Journal, for AACE, then I became able to write for bigger, better, more important journals, but major academic journals, proper research journals, and then to writing my own books. Now, I'm president. And it's all about politics and power and putting a good face on things, and it's far more stressful than I thought it would be. I thought it would be all smiling and waving. Instead, it's a lot of firefighting and problem solving. So But now I'm in a phase of my life where I am giving back. I am serving the association, I am sharing my knowledge. So what I have to say to you is that AACE has served me and can serve you well in many different ways through your career. It's not just technical information. Somebody has an opinion? It's not just technical information. There's a lot more to AACE than just technical products and certifications. So I would encourage you that you get more out of the association the more involved you are. If you just hide in the corner at the conferences and you just read technical materials like I did for the first 5 years, you're not getting the most out of your association. It takes being involved, networking with people. A lot of my clients, a lot of my jobs that I've held, and even in starting my own company, AACE has always been there for me, and the people I have met through AACE. So take a look at the sheet of paper that's been distributed to you. I'm sure these slides can be distributed as well. It's generally a lot of the same stuff. And come to me if you have any questions, if you want to